Sup, dude? So, I apologize you didn't get a video yesterday. Work ran stupid late. I didn't get home until like 8:30. It was rad. I enjoyed it. I loved every minute of it. I didn't. I had to go to Kentucky. I had to go to Kentucky. And I didn't realize how far I had to go. And allegedly, I violated DOT law rules, but no, I didn't because I would never do that because I'm a good boy. But allegedly, I did. I don't know who would allege such a terrible thing, but it was that or don't come home, and I chose to come home and sleep in my bed rather than pay for a hotel out of my pocket. So, yeah, chose that. We got some news, some news stories here. We got Jennifer Welsh saying that Democrats should get used to people dying or we'll handle them the same way we handle MAGA. We got Trump telling the Pentagon to do more nuke stuff. That's quite alarming. And then we got Trump and Elon saying to vote for Cuomo. I do not think that's a good idea, but I think that Mamdani is a worse idea. So I guess the options are take a nice hard slap on the pee or get it up the butt for a couple years. So I guess the evil you know is better than the evil you don't know is Trump's approach here. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of choosing evil. I would prefer to choose not evil. If that were an option, I would choose that. Not evil is good, evil is bad. Probably don't do the evil people and do the good peoples. So yeah, we're going to talk about all that, and we're going to talk a lot about the crazy bitch saying basically, if you don't fall in line, we're going to forever sleep you to the other Democrats because that is holy cow. I didn't have that one on my list of ridiculous shit that people might say. That one kind of took me, and I was like, whoa, that happened. So I'm actually not sure which one of these to start with. We could probably start with Trump and Cuomo, and then we'll do the crazy lady last. We'll handle the crazy lady last because that one's probably going to take up the most time. It's just one of those things that you're like, holy shit, she said that. But we'll get into it. We got our first story pulled up here from CNBC. Trump and Musk tell New York to vote Cuomo over Mamdani on eve of mayoral election. I would say abstain. I would say don't vote, like honestly. Let's read. President Donald Trump on Monday night explicitly called on New York City residents to vote for Andrew Cuomo over Democratic nominee Zoran Mamdani. I always want to say Mamdani. It's Mamdani. In the mayoral election. Trump's endorsement, I use the term endorsement loosely. Trump's endorsement of Cuomo's independent candidacy came on the eve of the election, hours after Tesla CEO Elon Musk similarly endorsed the former New York governor. Let's not forget, Cuomo killed a lot of people during COVID by putting sick people in nursing homes. Cuomo killed your nana. I'm just putting that out there. Cuomo murdered your nana. Just saying. Both Trump and Musk said that voting for the Republican nominee, Curtis Sliwa, was effectively a vote for the state assembly member Mamdani, goddammit, who has consistently held a solid lead in the polls for the general election. A vote for Curtis Sliwa, who looks much better without the beret, is a vote for Mamdani. Mamdani, Trump wrote in a Truth Social post. You know what? I'm just going to call him whatever I call him, and you can just deal with it. Whether you personally like Andrew Cuomo or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for him and hope he does a fantastic job. He's capable of it. Mamdani is not. Cuomo is a Democrat. He's running as an independent, blah, blah, blah. We know who Cuomo is. Who's coming into this not knowing who Cuomo is? Why do I have a ruler? And who is my dad? Questions we probably won't ask ever again. We probably won't get the answer to. I don't know why I have a ruler. There's just a random ruler in my office, and I need to play with things because I'm mildly autistic. There, now I don't have a ruler. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, we all know who Cuomo is. Come on, but let's not forget here. Unless CNBC wants Cuomo and doesn't want Mamdani, because I think there's a lot of people that don't want Mamdani to win, especially all the investors and all the people involved with investment. They don't want the communist to win because if the communist wins, then they're going to have to pay things like capital gains taxes and what's the that is capital gains taxes is what I'm thinking of. It's like unrealized earnings, basically. Like when say you buy a car, right, and your car appreciates in value. So you buy the car for $12,000 and then it appreciates to 15. You now owe taxes on that because it's considered profit. That's capital gains tax. So a lot of these tax investors, or I'm sorry, a lot of these stock investors, stockbrokers, and things like that, they don't want Mamdani because they're going to invest in a company. They're going to invest 20 grand and their investment's going to go up to 200 grand. And now they have to come up with taxes on $180,000 that they didn't make. Or they'll buy a property for 50 grand and fix it up and now it's worth 100. Now they have to come up with taxes on 100 grand that they didn't make. Capital gains tax is a terrible idea, but Mamdani's all for it. Also, Mamdani, he pledges to make the buses faster. I think his plan is to hire Dominic Toretto to install superchargers on every bus in New York because I don't know how you make the buses in a city that essentially gridlocks every couple of hours any faster. I don't know how you're going to do that. Also, he wants to make the buses free, so I don't know how he's going to pay Toretto to install the superchargers on the buses. But he's going to make them fast and free. I mean, he's just going with Jimmy John's motto here: freaky fast delivery, yo. I mean, then there's going to be a lot of freaky on them buses. Believe me. If the communist, the easy on crime communist gets in, there's going to be a lot of freaky going on the buses. I mean, there already is. There's people that get raped and murdered on the buses and the trains in New York City, and no one does anything about it. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. New York is a shithole. Just do yourself a favor. If you live in New York, don't. If you live in New York in any way, just don't. Get the hell out of there. I mean, you are sitting on a time bomb in New York. I don't know. There's not a good option. I mean, Cuomo murdered people, like just blatantly murdered people. And then I don't remember which one did it. Which one faked having COVID? Was that Chris or Andrew? Regardless, one of the Cuomos like faked having COVID or faked quarantining while they had COVID or something like that. I don't know. They're not great people. The Cuomos are not great people. Mamdani is not a great person. And New York's cooked. That's the answer. The answer is New York is cooked. New York City is done for. New York City does not exist anymore. New York City is not real. It can't hurt you. Okay, it exists. I mean, just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. I don't know, man. I don't have an answer here because, like Trump said, if you vote for Sliwa, I mean, you might as well just throw your vote in the garbage. You might as well not vote. And if you don't vote, obviously Mamdani's going to win because the Democrats, man, they're good at rallying people to vote. But how many conservatives, how many Republicans are going to vote for Cuomo after having him for governor, having him as governor for how long was he governor? So he's the 56th governor from 2011 to 2021. So he was governor for 10 years, and New York got worse under him. I mean, New York City it's not going to do better. Was he mayor? It said mayor, but I don't know. Was he mayor then governor, and now he's running for mayor again? Oh, yeah. No, he was never mayor. Okay, so that must just be people confusing the election. People must be confusing that Cuomo was governor, not mayor before. But I digress. Yeah, I mean, there's no there's no good answer for New York. I mean, you need like I don't even know how you fix New York. I'm going to be honest. I mean, at a certain point, I think New York's just cancer. We just cut New York off and we just let them have New York, and we focus on other states that we can actually flip. Because at a certain point, right, you've got cancer. You got to cut the cancer out. So if you've got like I don't know, you got cancer and you got to cut off your leg to stop the cancer from spreading, but you've also got like little cancers, like say you've got like liver cancer or whatever, and you've also got a cancerous tumor in your leg. The liver cancer can be treated. It's very small. It's very early, and it's like okay, well let's cut off the leg and treat the liver cancer so that you don't die, because otherwise the big cancer tumor in your leg is going to kill you. I think that's kind of where we're at with places like California and New York. I honestly think California is more savable than New York because it's really just two cities in California that keep California blue. It's LA and it's San Francisco. If we could, you know, there's a possibility we could get a Republican leader in either one of those cities, we could potentially flip the state. It's not likely, but there's at least a possibility. New York, it's you have to turn New York City red, and New York City is one of the deepest blue cities in the country. It's very unlikely that we're going to turn New York City red. It's not impossible that we would turn LA or San Francisco and then turn California red. California and New York are both red states. They just have that one large mass that outweighs everyone else. And this is why direct democracy doesn't work well, is because everyone I know in New York is pro 2A. Everyone I know from New York, they're normal people just like you and I. But the city has decided that they can't own a gun. They can't beat the city, so they just give up, and then they move somewhere like here. And I hope they don't vote for Democrats when they come here. If you come here from New York and you vote for Democrats, just go home. The socialist shithole utopia you want is New York. Go back. Anyway, let's jump into some scary news. From Reuters, we have Trump tells Pentagon to resume testing U.S. nuclear weapons. What? Yeah, I read that right. President Donald Trump Thursday. President Donald Trump on. Oh, I love when people have errors in their articles. It cracks me up. President Donald Trump on Thursday ordered the U.S. military to immediately restart the process for testing nuclear weapons after a halt of 33 years. A move that appeared to be a message to rival nuclear powers, China and Russia. Trump made the surprise announcement on Truth Social while aboard his Marine One helicopter flying to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping for a trade negotiating session in Busan, South Korea. I don't know. He says, because of other countries' testing programs, I've instructed the Department of War, beautiful department, big department, lots of money, to start testing our nuclear weapons on an equal basis. That process will begin immediately, not tomorrow, not in a little while, right now. Test the bombs. Pete, blow shit up. He said Russia is second and China is a distant third, but that will be even within 5 years. It was not immediately clear whether Trump was referring to nuclear explosive testing, which would be carried out by the National Nuclear Security Administration, or flight testing of nuclear-capable missiles. No nuclear power other than North Korea, most recently in 2017, has carried out explosive nuclear testing in over 25 years. Post Soviet Russia has never tested. The Soviet Union last tested in 1990, and China in 1996. Trump's fellow Republican George H.W. Bush announced a U.S. testing moratorium in 92 after the latest U.S. test. I'm sorry, after the last U.S. test in September that year. So basically, no one's tested anything since 2017. Trump's saying, hey, they got shit. We know they got shit. Maybe let's make sure our stuff is up to date and let's make sure that our stuff's working. Because if they get froggy, we don't want to be outgunned. I mean, essentially, Trump's argument is we've got a bunch of revolvers. They might have a machine gun. Maybe let's make sure we have a machine gun. Like, that's essentially the argument here. And it's a fair argument to make. I don't know if Trump's going to be like blowing up Nevada and irradiating the desert again. I hope not, because there's a lot of overlanders that are going to be sad face. Also, if you're an overlander, tangent here, if you're an overlander, stop fucking building Toyotas. You suck, overlanders. You people are awful. And if you don't know what overlanding is because you're a normal, well-adjusted human, I'll just show you real quick. Basically, it's car camping. It's basically car camping, but all these fucking YouTubers, they start fucking they build this same truck. Look, every picture is the same fucking truck. It's got the same 3 bumpers. It's got the same bed rack. It's got the same. Oh, that's the same. That's literally the same truck. Like it's all the same. Like build something different, you fucking chooch. Look, 3 douchebags with Toyotas, and if it's not a Tacoma, it's a 4Runner. And if it's not a 4Runner, it's a Gladiator. It's like stop building the same thing, you cunts. I can't stand it. Tangent over. It's just like it's fucking boring. I don't remember how I got to this topic. Nukes, am I right? I really don't know. Oh, yeah, because if Trump's blowing up the desert, yeah. Also, like, how do these people get the time off work? Like, these people will take, like, 3-month trips, and, like, how do you get the time? Because if I didn't work for 3 months, I'd be homeless. Like, I couldn't pay my rent if I didn't work for 3 months. I don't know how these people are affording to do this in brand new trucks. Like, it's like a 2023, and they're paying, like, 150 grand to build these things out, and I just don't understand it. I digress. I'm sorry for the tangent. It just really like irks the shit out of me that everyone like builds the same thing, and it's literally they all run the same parts. They all run the same thing. They all run the same tent. It's like, bro, stop doing the same thing. Like, do something interesting. Super annoying. I'm sorry. My tangent is over now. So yeah, I just think that the whole nuclear testing thing. I think it's a good idea as long as we're not blowing shit up. I don't think we should be, unless we're testing bombs that have no radiation. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but then kind of what's the point? I would honestly be okay with, yeah, you can have nukes, but we're going to outlaw using radioactive nukes because that is a thing. We have nukes that don't have radiation. But kind of the whole point of a nuke is to irradiate the soil and the waterways and make it unlivable. Like, no one can live here again. This place is a problem. We're just going to make it so that nothing ever grows here again. We're going to turn it all into a desert and call it a day. I mean, I guess. Let's get into the crazy lady. Because, there's nothing like a left-wing lady telling other left-wingers to get on board or die. I mean, holy shit. Let's listen to crazy here. What the fuck's her name? Jennifer Welch. Jennifer Welch says, join or die. I can't hear because I don't have my headphones on. Now I'm ready. I do this from time to time. I don't know if you believe me, but like I kind of know what I'm doing sometimes. What a terrible person. Okay, the insinuation there, obviously. We're coming after you the same way we come after MAGA. They come after MAGA with a guy on the roof across the street. That's how they come after MAGA. With a bullet to the throat. The insinuation is pretty clear. We're coming after you the same way we come after MAGA. If you don't get on board, we'll kill you too. That's what she said. I mean, that is her argument. If you don't get on board, if you don't do what we say, if you don't want to do what we say, if you don't want to play by the rules we've set, you're no different than them, and we'll treat you the same way. If that means killing you in the street, that means killing you in the street. Whatever. We don't care. We're going to treat you the same way we treat MAGA. Well, how do they treat MAGA? Assaulting them at gas stations, killing them in the street. What was the guy's name? I can't remember. I can drool all over myself like an idiot. I can't remember the guy's name in Portland who was shot and killed. I just heard it the other day, and I can't remember it. It gets brought up a lot. The guy in Portland was walking down the street, and the Antifa guy asked him, "Hey, are you a Trump supporter?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, I am." And the Antifa guy goes, "Hey, we got a Trumper over here." Pulls out his gun and shoots the guy twice in the chest. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, I can't remember it. That situation is what she's saying. Get on board, or that's what we're going to do. Charlie Kirk, get on board, or that's what we're going to do. Even Donald Trump getting shot. Get on board, or that's what we're going to do to you. The left has gone insane. The lady in the video, in the clip that she played. Yeah, I'm glad Charlie Kirk's dead. He belongs in the ground. Well, what about me? Do I belong in the ground? I don't know. Maybe. The fuck? These people are deranged. These people, they're not well. They're not healthy people. They don't care if you have a family. They don't care if you have children. They don't care if you never make it home. They want you dead. Completely dead. They don't care. They don't want you here. They want you gone. They don't want to share with you. They don't want to negotiate with you. They don't want to come together with you. They want you gone. Completely gone. They want you dead. They don't want to talk it out. They killed the guy that wanted to talk it out. They don't want to negotiate. They don't want to get to know your opinion. They don't want to get to hear your side of the argument. They want a bullet in your head. That's all they want. They want your body in the ground. They don't want you to negotiate. They don't want you to talk to them. They don't want you. They don't want to hear you out. They don't want your opinions. They don't want anything other than blood. They want blood. Over and over and over again, we watch people on the left celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk. Still to this day, we have people like AOC saying, yeah, Charlie Kirk deserved to die. Charlie Kirk was a piece of shit who deserved to die. That's what AOC tells us. And we sit here and we say, well, that's not right. You shouldn't say that. She says it anyways. We sit here and we say, hey, don't say that. That's terrible. She says it anyways. We say, hey, come on, do better. She says, I don't care. He deserved to die, and I'm glad he's dead. The left doesn't care about you. They're not your friend. They're not your ally. They're not on our side. That's gone. That's not a thing anymore. That is over. Done. Bye-bye. No more. The left and the right coming to the table isn't going to happen again. There is no agreeing at the table like there used to be. There is the left will kill you, or you'll do what they say. You have two options: conform, or you'll be dead. That's it. That's your only option. Do what we say, or we'll put a gun in your mouth. But we're anti-fascist, by the way. You're a fascist if you say more people deserve gun rights. You're a fascist if you say illegal immigrants should not be voting in your country. However, if you don't do what I say, I'll kill you, motherfucker. That's not fascist. That's democratic. They say Trump's a threat to our democracy. They say Trump's a threat to our freedom. They say this, that, and the other thing about our nation. They're not talking about the United States. They're not talking about, when they say our freedom, they're not talking about you and me. They're talking about the left's freedom. The left's freedom to terrorize, to harass, to murder who they want. That's the freedom they're talking about. Trump's a threat to our freedom. The freedom to murder Charlie Kirk? Is that what you're talking about? Yes, that's exactly what they're talking about. When they say Donald Trump's a threat to our freedom, they don't mean Donald Trump's going to take your right, your Fifth Amendment right away. They don't mean that Donald Trump's making it so that the government can just search and take whatever they want. They mean Donald Trump's taking our right to murder people we disagree with away. It's not a right. You don't have the right to do that. But to the left, yes, they do. The left believes that they have that right to murder who they please. They don't care. They don't want to care. They don't get along with us because they don't want to get along with us. They want to murder us. They want us all gone. They don't care about you and me. They don't care if you have children. They don't care if your children watch you die. They proved it. They proved it when they shot Charlie Kirk. And they celebrated the fact that Charlie's daughter ran to him as he died because the gunshot scared her. She ran to Dad for safety as he took his last breaths. And they celebrate that. They're proud of that. They're happy that that happened. They want more of that to happen. They want it to happen to Trump. They want it to happen to you and me. They want it to happen to Aaron Danielson. That was the guy's name, I think. Let me fact check that. Yeah, Aaron Danielson was killed August 29th, 2020. He was a resident of Portland, Oregon. And even the AI says he was a supporter of far-right group Patriot Prayer. He was shot and killed in downtown Portland on August 29th, 2020 during a pro-Trump caravan that clashed with George Floyd protests. Danielson, who used the alias Jay, was armed with a loaded Glock pistol, bear spray, and expandable metal baton at the time of the shooting, though no knife was found on him. Michael Rendall, who admitted to the killing in a Vice interview, claimed he acted in self-defense, believing Danielson was about to stab another protester. Surveillance and bystander videos captured moments before the shooting showed Danielson and Chandler Pappas following Ranoli, who had attempted to hide from them. Ranoli was later killed by a federal task force on September 3rd, 2020. That might not be what I'm thinking of. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of. So that's just blatantly a lie, what the AI overview is. The AI overview is just blatantly a lie. show you what happened. So, here's your chance. Viewer discretion. If you don't want to see this, viewer discretion. YouTube, this is all pretend in Minecraft, whatever. Hey, we got one here. We got a Trumper right here.
We got a Trump supporter here. Bang, bang, dead. Not counted as political violence.
Not counted as political violence. We got a Trumper here. 2 shots, and the man is dead. The left destroys. The left is violent. The left does not want to talk it out. They don't want to negotiate. They don't want to have a conversation. They want you dead. Time and time again, we see it happen over and over and over again. It's the same story. It's the same lies from the left. Oh, well, he was a right-wing extremist. He was dangerous. He was this, he was that. Over and over and over again, we see the same thing happen. Time and time again, we see the same thing happening. Did that article I read sound anything like what you saw in that video? Wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. What the AI said happened wasn't even close. Don't trust clankers. Don't get your news from a clanker, okay? The left wants you dead. They don't want to talk it out. They don't want to have a conversation about it. They killed the guy that wanted to have a conversation. The fucking message was pretty clear. We're not here to talk about it. We're here to put you in the ground if you disagree with us. And now that message extends to Democrats. That message extends to any Democrat that dare cross them. You want to disagree with us? You remember Charlie Kirk? You want to disagree with us? You remember Aaron Danielson? You don't want universal basic income? Oh, you remember Charlie Kirk? You remember Aaron Danielson? You remember what we tried to do to Trump? I think you want universal basic income now, don't you, Democrat? Because otherwise, we're going to try to kill you. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. They call for your death. They stand in the streets and they call for your death. They stand in the street and ask someone to put a bullet in your head. Oh, won't somebody rid me of this priest? They say, hey, fascists deserve to die. They get a group of people that agree and say, yeah, fascists should die. And then someone else comes out and says, that guy's a fascist. The insinuation is pretty obvious. They say, Nazis are bad. Nazis should be killed. And then they come up to you and they say, hey, do you agree with me? No, not really. Well, you must be a Nazi. Somebody, there's a Nazi. Anybody, look at the Nazi. We just agreed that Nazis should be killed. It's not a call to action. But you're sitting here saying, hey, this person's a Nazi, and we just agreed that Nazis should be killed. We just agreed Nazis should be killed, and look what I found. A Nazi. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know. That's all I got for you guys, honestly. I don't know. It's a sad world we live in. It's getting sadder every day. Just I don't know. I hope it gets better. I really do. We can't keep going like this. There is no unification in this. This route doesn't lead to unification. This route leads to bloodshed, and I don't want to see that happen. As much as we joke about, oh, the boogaloo, and I'm prepared for when shit goes sideways. You're prepared for when shit goes sideways until your kid's starving in the street. You're prepared for shit to go sideways until your daughter comes to you and says, "Daddy, I'm hungry. We haven't eaten in days. Can we find food?" Then you're not prepared for the boogaloo. You're prepared for the boogaloo until your 2-year-old has a nasty infection from using whatever because you ran out of diapers. You're yeah, you're ready for it until you're not. Okay. It's all fun and games until your wife has an ingrown toenail that gets infected and she might die from it because there's no antibiotics. Everyone's ready for it until it happens. Anyway, that's all I got. So I'll leave it there. I will see you all in the next one.